Yeah, good morning, guys. So, this is your last lecture on PGBP. This is your lecture number 14. That is, today also we'll continue with problems on PGBP. And this is your fourth lecture on problems. That is part number 4. Problem on PGBP, part number 4. Okay. Now, before I start with lecture number 14, there was a mistake which we did in lecture number 13. Let us try to rectify that. Come to question number 12. Question number 12, page 142. Question number 12, page 142. Actual depreciation, this amount is not 2.7. Amount is 18 lakhs into 50 by 40. 6.75 lakhs, and you claimed 18 lakhs as depreciation. This is wrong. You claimed 18 lakhs as depreciation. Excess will be 18 minus 6.75. 18 minus 6.75, 11.25. That should be added. 11.25 shall be added. Okay, this is point 1. Now come to the answer. You will find here add excess depreciation 4.5, change that 11.25, change the PGBP value now. Triple 555, add 10, 565 is your gross total income. Is your gross total income. Now on that we have to calculate TAX. What is TAX? Tax liability, if I remember, and last class we covered also. Yes or no? Let's change that. I guess this was the values. Okay. So what is the tax on dividend? 1.5. That's correct. Tax on balance, this is not 558, this is 565 minus 10 into 30%, 166.5. Add 166.5 plus 1.5. This is 168. Add surcharge 11.76 exact. 76 exact. 179.76. Add cess at the rate of 4%. 7.1904. Next, 186.9504. बोल तो 1 crore 86 lakhs 95,040, and that only is the rounded off figure only. That is only the rounded off figure, 186.9504. Please change the values accordingly. Please change the values accordingly. Shall we continue? Chalo, this completes problem number 12. Now let us start with, this is the last lecture. We will do 3 more problems and we'll wind up the chapter and the module. Come to question number 31, page 182. page 182, question number 31. Question number 31, page number 182. Chalo. Hind Udyog, a manufacturing, underline the word partnership firm. Till now we were doing problems on companies only. Now this is the first problem we'll do on partnership firm, consisting of three partners X, Y and Z. Who are the partners? X, Y and Z. It means they are partners in individual capacity. Right there. It means they are partners in individual capacity. If HUF was a partner, then we say they are partner in representative capacity, but here in the problem they are partners in individual capacity. Provides the following information relating to year ended 31st March 2020. 31st March 2020. Check karo next page mein, when was it asked? It was asked for 14 marks. November 2018, new syllabus mein it was asked. We are doing that problem now. Okay, let's start with the answer. What is net profit given? Net profit is 28.75 lakhs as per profit and loss account was arrived after debiting or crediting the following items. How much is a net profit? Come to the next page, 183. What is the heading? Computation of total income of Hind Udyog. Change the year 2020-21. You will find again profit and gains of business or profession. Profit and gains from regular business. Under that, net profit as per P&L account. How much is net profit given? Right there in the second column, 28.75. And on the top you write rupees in lakhs. On the top you write rupees in. Okay, so let's start with the adjustment number 1. The firm provided an amount of 2 lakhs, being a sum estimated as payable to workers, 2 lakhs workers, on an agreement to be entered with the workers union towards periodical wage revision. Once in, the provision is on fair estimation on wage, reasonable certainty. Once in, it is arrears of salary. Can I debit? Yes. What did company do? Debited. What should we do? No adjustment. No adjustment. Right there. Allowed as deduction. Allowed as deduction. No adjustment required. No adjustment required. Now come to the next page. Under page 183, can you see the word provision for wages payable to workers? In the first column, nil. In the first column, nil. Shall we continue? Next, adjustment number 2. Sale proceeds of import entitlement amounting to 1 lakh has been credited to P&L account, which the firm claims to be capital receipt not chargeable to income tax. Underline the word import entitlement. Now something like this happening. Company credited that amount of 1 lakh to P&L account. They're asking the auditor, is it income or is it a capital receipt? You are the auditor of the company. You have to inform whether it's an income or a capital receipt. If it's an income, I should credit to P&L account. If it's capital receipt, I should not credit. First rule. Which section under PGBP speaks about chargeability? 28. Come to your running notes. Section 28 speaks about chargeability. Please, under PGBP, come to your running notes. Page number 46 of running notes. Page number 46 of running notes. Page number 46 of running notes. What is the heading? Under what is point 2? Profit on sale of. It means it is taxable under the head called PGBP and it should be credited to P&L account. What did company do? Company also credited to P&L account but is asking you as an auditor, is it a capital receipt? Your answer should be no, it's not a capital receipt. It should be credited and you did correct thing. You did correctly. And what adjustment is required? No adjustment is required. No adjustment is required. So लिख लो वहाँ पेज नंबर कौन सा है? 182. Right there. Reference section is section 28. Reference section is section number 28. Running notes, page 46. Running notes, page 46. It's a business income. It's a business income. No adjustment required. No adjustment is required. No adjustment is required. Why no adjustment is required? It's already created, that's why no adjustment is required. Shall we continue? Sure. Come to the answer. Page 186. Page 186. You will find heading sale proceeds of import, amount in the first column. Amount in the first column, that amount is nil. Please read the story. Shall we continue now? Chalo, next. Adjustment number 3. Adjustment number 3. GST. Which tax? Demand paid includes an amount of 5,300 as penalty and 12,750 as interest. Everyone on the screen. What did you pay? GST. उसमें penalty amount how much? 5,300. Interest amount how much? 750. This is debited to. This also is debited to P&L account. Am I story clear? But Act says, can I debit GST? Yes. On that tax component? Yes. Interest component? Yes. Penalty component? No. You cannot debit which component? Penalty component. You can check you under section 37 in your PGBP notes. section 37 in your PGBP PDF notes, or you must have written in that. You can check, this point is already given there. So which one will be added back? Which one will be added back? This amount will be added back to the profit. It will be disallowed. This amount will be disallowed. So come to the answer, come to the problem. Listen now. Underline 5300, disallowed, add back. 5300 disallowed, add back. 12,750 allowed, no adjustment. 12,750 allowed, no adjustment. So how much will be added back? 5,300. Come to page 184. Can you see the heading? Penalty for delay in filing GST returns. Amount enta? 0.053. Don't write 0.53. That becomes 53,000. 0.053. Shall we continue? Sure. Next, adjustment number 4. Correct, no? Let's continue. Chalo. A free aid ticket was provided by a supplier for reaching the certain volume of purchase during financial year change year 1920. The same is not P&L account because it was encashed by the firm for rupees in April 2020. Now listen. I already gave this example when I covered section 28. If you get any gift, benefit or perquisite during the course of your business or profession, it is taxable under PGBP. I want you to go to running notes page 46. Running notes page 46. Point number 7. Any gift, benefit, perquisite arising due to business or profession, and I remember I gave an example also on that. I don't know whether you copied that example. Same example only I gave. So in the problem, what is the amount? Please check in the problem what is the amount. 2 lakhs. Did you credit? Did you credit? No. So right there. Reference section 28. Reference section 28. It's a business income. Taxable. Whenever I say business income taxable, it means it should be credited to P&L account. What did you do? Not credit. So add back, add to profit. Add to profit. How much? 2 lakhs. Come to page 184. Can you see heading free aid ticket? Here. Can you see the heading here? Here you add 2. Page 184, point number 4. Now listen, what is point number 3? Akkada, interest for delay, 0. We will not add because no adjustment. We will add only the penalty for GST, not interest and tax for GST. Yes, shall we continue? Chalo, next. This was point number, adjustment number 4. Now we are doing 5. Interest amounting to paid to X as Karta of HUF at Vinandi. Who are partners? X, Y, Z are partners. Clear? Whatever I am saying, keep listening first. Firm can pay interest to that is covered under 40B of Income Tax Act. That is covered under, and you will pay maximum 12%. Yes or no? You already ho gaya na in your provision. Again, why are you checking? You should know, remember now. Here in the given problem, how much firm paid? Percentage 18% to X. But how much is allowed? But he did not pay to X. It is paid to X HUF. X HUF partner. X HUF is not the partner. Who is the partner? Only X is the partner. Who is the partner? X. So, provisions of 40B will not apply. The loan interest is paid to a partner in representative capacity, whereas the partner in individual capacity. 40B will not apply. You can check your explanation to section 40B in your running notes. What you can check? Section 40B. Give me the page number of the running notes. 40B, interest on capital. Heading low. You will find explanation to 40B. Page number. Page number kinda problem. Page number 40. In running notes, page number 40. That is what given. So in the given problem now, how much is interest paid? 18%. To whom? Partner or partners HUF? Right there. 40B does not apply, allowed as deduction, no adjustment. 40B does not apply. It is allowed as deduction, no adjustment. No adjustment. No adjustment. Now come to the answer. Page number 185. You will find the heading interest paid to X as Karta of HUF. Write the answer hyphen and read the paragraph. and please read the paragraph. Check. Hello. ठीक है. Read the paragraph. Let's continue. This was adjustment number 5. Adjustment number 6. Be careful. Be careful. Before I start adjustment number 6, I'll repeat one concept which I have already told you. Be careful. In case of a lease, there are two parties, lessor and lessee. In case of a lease, there are two parties, lessor and lessee. So in case of lease, there are two parties, lessor and lessee. Lessor will give asset to lessee. Lessee will pay lease rentals. Who can claim depreciation? We already covered, there is no confusion. Who can claim depreciation? Lessor can claim depreciation. Do we know this point already? Yes. Assuming the asset is 3-floor building. Asset is what? Lessee constructed the 4th floor. Lessee constructed 4th floor for expansion of its business. Now who can claim depreciation on 4th floor? Answer is lessee can claim. We already covered this when we covered depreciation in case of lease. Do you remember? Just I'm revising once. Do you remember this point? Now let's continue the problem. Adjustment number 6. The firm had taken on, so we are lessor, we are lessee. We have given on lease, taken on lease. Taken on lease. Underline the word firm. We are the lessee. An old building for the purpose of locating of its, which was used by the firm from September 19. The cost of the new building is 10 lakhs, was written off as, underline, it means it is debited to P&L account. Right there, it means it is debited to P&L account. Now listen, pitchy lessee, that's a wrong treatment. That is a capital expenditure for you. You cannot debit to P&L account, but on the 10 lakhs we will give you depreciation because you constructed that floor. So 10, now listen what you are supposed to do. Listen, we will add 10 lakhs to profit and we will deduct depreciation on 10 lakhs at the rate of 10%. Why 10%? It's an office building. Now we check whether it's full rate or half rate. September 19. September, October, November, December, January, February, March. 7 months. 7 months into 30 days approximate. 210. It's more than 180. So it's full rate. Am I clear with the adjustment? Chalo, let's continue with the answer. Page number 185. Can you see point number 6? Cost of new building. वहाँ 10 बोल के लिखो. But on the 10, what do you get? Depreciation. Before we go, read the story of this, please. Read the story of this. ठीक है. Now come to page 186. page 186. You will find heading depreciation. Here you write 1. How did I get 1? 10 lakhs into 10%. What is 10%? Depreciation rate on office building. Why not half rate? Because it's used for more than 180 days. Malik, I am repeating. If the asset is taken on lease, who can claim depreciation? Lessor. But if the lessee incurs a capital expenditure on the asset, which will increase the value of the asset in future, on that capital expenditure, who can claim? Lessee can claim depreciation. Clear till here? Let's continue. That was adjustment number 6. Come to adjustment number 7. Adjustment number 7. Loss incurred in transaction of purchase and sale without, underline and write, intraday trading. It is called as intraday trading and will be considered as speculative loss. Please write what I am saying. And will be considered as speculative loss. And write, such speculative loss can be set off only against speculative income. Now listen, what did you do with that loss of 3 lakhs? You debited to P&L account. And now listen, please understand the logic. What is the profit given in the problem? Profit is given as 28 point. That is a non-speculative profit from your day-to-day business transactions. Whereas this 3 lakhs is which loss? Speculative loss. This 3 lakhs is called which loss? Speculative loss. You debited. What happened to profit? Profit decreased. Now we will add back. Come to page 185. Come to page 185. Losses from trading in shares. How much amount? 3 बोल के लिखो. Read the story. Yes, shall we continue? Now, so can I conclude? In the problem, company has 2 businesses, non-speculative and speculative. Non-speculative as well as speculative. Now listen, अंदुके heading चूडंडी. Heading देखो. Profit, page number 183 में. Profit and gains from dash business. Here. Profit and gains from regular business, underline regular, non-speculative. That is called regular. Because question ICA is giving separately what is a profit of non-speculative as well as speculative. Shall we continue? So now come to page 188. Heading, profit and gains from speculation in business. How much is the loss? 3. Write in the first column in the bracket. That's it. Listen, if you write in the second column or third column, it means you're setting off this loss with non-speculative income, which is wrong. Because speculative loss can be set off only with speculative income. This 3 lakhs I will see slash f. बोले तो what? Carry forward. You will carry forward. Never write in second and third column. Write in the first column because that's a loss. You cannot set off that loss. Shall we continue? Now there is a read the story now. Loss from speculative business of trading of shares without delivery is to be carried forward for assessment year 21-22. It's not 2021, it's 21-22 because we are in 2021 assessment year. And remember, it will be carried forward for 4 years. It will be carried forward for 4 years. But there is one condition which we will be covering a set of. The return has to be filed on or before the due date. Then only losses can be carried forward under section 139 subsection 3. 139.3 speaks about return of loss. And the due date is mentioned under 139.1. Am I clear till here? Clear? Shall we continue, guys? Sure. Page 182. Page 182. Adjustment number 8. I want you to read the adjustment, then I'll explain. Start trading place. This one, mark as important. There are two views taken by ICAI, but I'll take the logical view of ICAI. He has taken one view logical, one illogical view. I'll take the logical view. Please go to the adjustment, please. Important. Very important. Now listen, what does the point says? I have taken a loan from a bank. Loan amount 50 lakhs. On that loan, there is an outstanding interest of 8 lakhs. Outstanding interest of 8 lakhs. Okay. I have to pay that interest right now. How much right now? 8 lakhs. And underline the word interest. Interest is covered under 43B concept. Interest taken on a loan, that is allowed on dash basis, payment basis. And what did you do with this 8 lakhs? You debited to P&L account. Okay, no problem. As of now, no issues. Now what did I do? I went to bank. And told bank, due to coronavirus, my business is not in normal circumstances. I am not in a position to pay 8 lakhs at once. Allow me to pay 8 lakhs in installments, and on that installment don't charge any extra interest. Technically I should pay that 8 lakhs in one payment, but due to exceptional circumstances, I am requesting the bank to allow me to pay that 8 lakhs in installments, 10 installments, and that on 10 no extra interest will be charged. Bank said okay, pay in 10 installments. Pay in 10 installment, it means it will be 80,000 per installment. It will be 80,000 per installment. I paid how many installments? I paid 2. So 80,000 into 2, 1,60,000. I paid 2 installments. 80,000 into 2, 1,60,000. Now, we already covered this interest is allowed on dash basis. So, logically, you should have debited 1,60,000 only. This amount should have been debited. Should have been debited to P&L account because it's allowed on payment basis. But how much I debited? How much I debited? 8 lakhs. I should have debited how much? 1.6 lakhs. How much extra I debited? 6.4. That will be added back. How much will be added back? 6.4 will be added back. Yeah, shall we continue? How much will be added back, sir? 6.4. Come to page 187. You will find the heading payment of new loan converted from arrears of interest. यहाँ you write in the first column 6.4. Now do one thing. There, can you see a note point in that particular paragraph? उसके ऊपर का strike off. I am taking the second view of ICI. So your paragraph will start with only the note point. You should strike off from conversion of unpaid interest till the word allowed as deduction. Your paragraph should start with note point. That's the second view taken by ICAI. Please read this note point now. Please read the note point now. Kindly request you to read. ठीक है? Shall we continue? Sure. Now, additional information. This is important. How many are given? Confirm. How many additional information are given? 3. Okay. I'll start with the third one. I repeat, I'll start with the third one. In July 2019, the firm a dividend of from A Limited in which it holds. Don't use your brains of 115 BBD. 115 BBD we apply if you receive from a foreign company. This is not a foreign company. This is from A Limited. How much dividend you received? 11 lakhs. We will go to the reference section 115 Babada. 115 BBDA. Open your taxation of dividend chapter. Taxation of dividend chapter lo first chart. Actual dividend mein you will find the section number. Check. I'll give you 1 minute to check. Right now everyone will check. Thank you. The rule under 115 BBDA is dividend up to 10 lakhs will be exempt. excess of 10 lakh will be taxable at the rate of 10% under income from other sources under section 115 BBDA. Now please understand, how much dividend is received? 11 lakhs. Up to 10 lakhs is exempt. More than 10 lakhs hai to excess of 10 lakhs is taxable. So what is excess of 10 lakhs in the given problem? 1 lakh. That A head lo lena, which head lo తీసుకోవాలి, कौन से head में लेना? Income from other sources. Come to page number 189. Page 189, you will find income from, last column में 1. Now read the paragraph. Read this paragraph. Again I am repeating, I already told you in the first lecture of PGBP, there are very less people who can touch me in direct taxes. So please, I am requesting you, utilize the classes effectively. I am always there for you 24/7. Whenever I see any message, any doubt, I'll reply immediately. There is no second thought about it. And I am hoping that you are following the classes and the classes are benefit to you. Okay, shall we continue? Sure. Now, how many additional information are given? 3. Third one is done. Second one, first one. Please, this you tell me what needs to be done. 100 times you cover till now. You should just change the year. This becomes 19. This becomes 19. This also becomes 19. First make it 19. Read. Answer to yourself. I will come to know, yes, you understood. Your answer will come to me from some Bluetooth connection, but just answer what should be done. Year 1, year 2. We are in year 2. That is financial year 1920. Year 1, financial year 1819. Audit fees was 2.5 lakhs. Your duty was to deduct and pay TDS on or before the due date of filing return of income. Your due date will be 30th September 19 for financial year 1819. But you paid on 7th October. So in that last year, 30% would have been disallowed. But we are in the current year. What happens now? Did you pay? Yes. Whatever was disallowed will be allowed in the current year. In every from this adjustment is coming. So how much will be allowed? 30% of 2.5 lakhs. 75,000. 75,000 we should less. So now come to page 188. 188. Audit fees for 18 until last year. Please change the years first. So now listen, I'll read the paragraph. It should look like this. Kitana 0.75. I'm reading the adjustment. It should look like this. 30% of 2,50,000 being the audit fees disallowed in previous year 1819 for non-deduction of TDS in the previous year 1819 would be allowed in the year of and payment of TDS, that is 1920, and we are in 1920. We are in 1920. Okay? Shall we continue? Now we are left with only one adjustment, that is additional information number 2. Mark as important. Okay, be careful, be careful, be careful. The firm had made investment of 23 and on the construction of excluding the cost of land in rural areas for the purpose of storage of agricultural produce and edible oils. These were made available for use on 15/9/2019. The profit from setting up of these warehouses before claiming deduction in section 35 AD and 32 for assessment year 2021 is 15 lakhs and 5 lakhs. Remember, 35 AD is not done yet. That I'll cover when I cover MAT, but I'll explain one point of 35 AD for the current problem. Please understand what is given. It's not that simple. Please understand. I have my normal business. I have my normal business. I also have speculative business. Correct? Yes or no? I have normal business. I also have speculative. I have 2 more businesses as per information given in the problem. I have 2 more businesses as per information given in the problem. Please check the problem. One is agricultural produce and one is edible oil. 2 businesses I have. One is agricultural produce business and one is edible oil. This I'll cover later on. Agricultural produce is a specified business under 35 AD. It's a what business? Specified business. Government has identified 14 to 15 businesses which are very important for the development of the country. Those businesses are called specified business. I'll cover that later on, don't worry. Under that, one of the business is agricultural produce, and the benefit given 35 AD is you can not only debit revenue expenditures to P&L account, you can also debit capital expenditures to your P&L account. If you are into 35 AD businesses, specified businesses, you can not only debit revenue, I can also debit revenue as well as capital expenditure. Edible oil is not 35 AD. I will be covering that, don't worry. I will be covering that. But what is the benefit of 35 AD? You can debit revenue as well as capital expenditure to P&L account, because those businesses are categorized as specified and very important for the development of the country. Shall we continue? Now listen. Now please read the information and tell me what is the profit from agricultural produce. 15 lakhs and 5 lakhs from edible oil. Confirm. 15 lakhs and 5 lakhs. Now tell me, whatever I am asking, what is the investment I made in edible oil business? What is the investment I made in edible oil business? 12 lakhs. Am I clear? What is the investment I made in agricultural produce business? 23. Am I clear? Now listen. Now listen. This is a capital expenditure. Avuna. This is also capital expenditure. Can I debit to my P&L account if it's specified business? Yes. Less deduction. Deduct 15 minus 23. minus 8. Minus 8. Ikkada, can I debit this 12 under normal cases? No, but you will get depreciation. It's a warehouse. Warehouse means building. Warehouse means what? Building. You will get depreciation. Am I clear? So what is your profit now? $3.8. 12 lakhs into 10% gives you 1.2. 5 minus 1.2 gives you 3.8. Am I clear till here? This 1.2 is what? Depreciation. A section lo given 30. Read the additional information number 2 once again. What section 32 इच्छाडु problem लो? उन section 32 बोल के दिया problem में. यहाँ पे before claiming deduction section 35 AD and 32. So clearly given 32 is depreciation. So this 5 lakhs is before depreciation. Now we are calculating profit after. 3.8 is after depreciation. What is benefit to specified business? You can not only debit revenue but also capital to P&L account. How much is the loss from specified? Rule. It can be set off only with specified income, specified business income. There is no specified business, it will be carried forward for unlimited years. It will be carried forward for unlimited. So right there, can be set off. Can be set off against income from specified business only. Can be set off against income from specified business only and can be carried forward for unlimited years. So problem mein how many businesses we have? We have 4 business. One is normal, one is speculative, one is agricultural produce 35 AD business, one is edible oil, that is also normal business. Shall we continue now? Okay. Come to page 188. Page 188. Heading पढ़ो ये. Profit and gains from business of setting up warehouse for what is profit? 5 lakhs कदरा बा 5 बोल के लिखो. What is depreciation? We calculated no. 1.2 bracket में लिखो. Net answer. Third column. Clear no? Simple है ना रे. Now read the paragraph. Hello. Check. Shall we continue? Next. Come to page 189. Heading पढ़ो. Profit and gains from business of setting up warehouse for. What is profit before deduction? 15. Deduction how much? 23. How much is loss? You will write in the first column only. Because if you write in the second column or third column, it means you are setting off with other businesses, which is not correct because it can be set off only with specified business. Am I very clear till here? Is it worth of new syllabus 14 marks now? That you guys decide. That's not my decision. Read the concept now. Shall we continue? Are all the problems done? All the adjustments done? Now calculate in your hand. Please do what I am saying. We'll start with this value. Take 0 plus 0.053 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 10 plus 3. Right there, 15.053. To that add the net profit, what you wrote in the second column. That is net profit is 28.75. 28.75 plus 15.053. Right here, 43.803. Please, no mistake in calculations. 43.803. ठीक है? Continue now. In your calculators again. Take 0. Add once again 0 plus 1 plus 6.4 plus 0.75. Right there in the second column. 8.1 in the brackets. Now take the value of 43.803 minus 8.15. Right there, 35.653. This is your profit from your regular business. Now vinandi. So now how much is this? Minus. Do not do anything, we will ignore, because this loss is being carried forward. If you set off, that evaluator will get heart attack and he'll come to know from where you did IPCC coaching, because speculative loss can be set off only with speculative income. So 35.653 plus 3.8 plus 3.8 30. Come to page 189. Can you see adding profit and gains from business or profession? Akkad rayali 39.453. And what about 8 lakhs? Why are we not minusing this one 8 lakhs? Again, this 8 lakhs is carry forward. We will not take in the computation somewhere. That will not take consider, because that loss can be set off only with specified business under section 35 AD. To that add 1 lakh. 39.453 plus 1 lakh. I'm sorry. 40 point. This is your gross total income. Again I am repeating, there are 3-4 problems which have answers that are given for your practice. I will not be discussing those problems. I am doing only those problems which does not have solutions. Which have solutions, that is for your practice. Sir, is this problems enough? It's not about number of problems, it's about the provisions what you are going through in PGBP. If you are thorough with all the provisions, 100 problems also you do, it's enough. 1 problem also do, it's enough. But we are doing for practice. Exam point of view, you go through these problems and be perfect with the provisions. That would be more than sufficient. That would be more than sufficient. Again, I am repeating, is my material enough? Yes. Notes book enough? Yes. Problems given the material enough? Yes. It's a one-stop shop solution for direct access. 40.453. Definitely it's worth of 14 marks. This problem is definitely worth of 14 marks. When was it asked? November 2018. Which syllabus? This was which question number, sir? This was question number 31. Come to 27. Sure. 27. Page number 170. This is your penultimate problem of the module. Penultimate means last but one. Penultimate means last but one.